What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Elaine Lambert, CEO of Prismo Metals, and Craig Gibson, co-founder and chief exploration officer. Pleasure to have you two gentlemen on today. Welcome back, Elaine, and welcome to the channel, Craig. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you very much, Aaron.
Good to see you, Aaron.
Definitely. So now that Prismo has commenced drilling at Palos Verdes, your silver project in Mexico, which is surrounded by Vizsla Silver, the fun begins. It's the perfect time for an update as we see the shares are already on the move. So can you provide insights on the commencement of your drilling at the Palos Verdes projects? What are the primary objectives of this program?
Yes, well, thank you, Aaron. Good to be back. Palos Verdes, as you mentioned, is our Mexico silver property, which is surrounded by Vizsla Silver, as you mentioned, on three sides. Vizsla Silver is our single largest shareholder, and we are coordinating the current drill program with them. We are drilling from their property. We're exploring the Palos Verdes property, but from pads that are constructed on their property. Remind your viewers that we've already done 6,000 meters of drilling at Palos Verdes with some great success in the past, especially in 2022 and in 2023. And we're just embarking on 3,000 additional meters of drilling. And as you said, that's brings us to exciting time. Our shareholders have been waiting for this moment for a long time, and so have we.
So what led to the decision to conduct drilling in this specific area of the Palos Verdes project?
Yeah, I'll take that one. Basically, it's a natural progression from what the drilling we have done before. As Elaine said, we drilled about 6,000 meters previously, 33 holes, pretty shallow drilling. And we've had really good results on the western edge of the vein system. And this drilling is designed to drill deeper on those, follow up on those good results from the past. So, it's a logical conclusion to do this drill program.
So how does this work at Palos Verdes compare to previous findings in the area, and what potential upside do you see for investors in general?
Well, it's interesting. At Palos Verdes, we've had the previous drilling with good results on the western side of the vein system, but there's a fault that runs through the center of the concession, and the eastern part of it appears to be downdropped. So the surface expression of the veins there, is not very impressive. They're narrow veins, some silver values on them, but they're very similar to some of the surface expressions of Vizsla Silver's Napoleon vein, which was not very impressive on the surface, but turned into a very impressive ore deposit underneath the surface. So we hope to have the same kind of a situation at Palos Verdes.
I might want to add, Aaron, if I may. Uh, uh, Add to what Craig is saying. So our shareholders will remember that we drilled somewhat in 2023 on the east side of the fault, and we were a little bit puzzled by what we were finding, in the sense that we were seeing very high grade veinlets. And then we started working with our partners at Vizsla Silver, which led to more work that was recommended on surface work, geochemistry work, and using some of their brain trust and ours, we were able to establish a solid geological theory that maybe the vein is downdrop, and that's what we're chasing now. So it's really as a result of good coordination with our partners at Vizsla.
So how does this drill program align with Prismo Metals' broader exploration strategy and goals in the Pánuco district?
Well, as Elaine just alluded to, this program was done on the recommendation of the technical committee that we formed with Vizsla Silver. So that's comprised of Dr. Peter McGaw, Dr. Jesus Velador, who's the VPX of Vizsla, and myself. So we all got together. We've looked at all the results of exploration in the district, both Vizsla's and ourselves. And this program comes off of a lot of that data, and it's our goal to advance the project to the level that basically Vizsla will be interested in acquiring it, hopefully in the future.
Exciting times ahead. So what kind of timeline can investors expect for initial results from this current drill program at Palos Verdes? And when do you expect drilling to begin at Hot Breccia?
So the answer to that is at Palos Verdes, if I'm not mistaken, I think the rule of thumb is we can do about 1,000 meters per month. Craig, is that
That's correct.
I get that right?
Yep.
And then there's ongoing analysis of the cores as we go along, and we use SGS Lab, one of the most reputable lab company in our industry, locally in Mexico. So the turnaround time for assays fairly good. So we expect say 2 weeks once they pick up the cores from our property, and so the question that will then become: do we announce assay results hole per hole, or wait until we complete a certain phase? And that's really up for discussion. As it relates to Hot Breccia, we have selected the driller. As you know, Aaron, we're fully permitted, and the last things that we need to do before we get the drill on site is to raise the money for that drilling program, which is expected to be 5,000 meters of drilling at Hot Breccia. So it could be 5 holes of 1,000 meters or 4 holes of 1,200. The geology will guide us as we get the drill down. And so we are looking to finance that ticket item, which is estimated to be $2 million US, rounded up to $3 million Canadian. So as soon as that's out of the way, within days we can get the drill on site.
I look forward to those results. So could you elaborate on the significance of the VTEM survey completed at your Hot Breccia copper project in Arizona and the recent data acquisition and how they influence your drilling plan?
Well, at Hot Breccia, we have historical data, so we know there's existing mineralization. It exists at depth. We don't have all the data for that, but we know we have high-grade copper mineralization at roughly 400, 500, 600 meters depth in several holes in one specific area. We also have fragments of mineralization that have been brought up in breccias, and we've analyzed as much as 5.7% copper in those fragments. So we know we have mineralization there. We have a model in the Christmas mine, which is nearby. So we had a pretty good start. And what the ZTEM did for us is broaden our horizon. We ended up with a large conductive anomaly that lies partially right below the area that's been drilled in the past, but it's much larger. It's about 1.5 kilometers east-west by 1 kilometer north-south. And this gives us a very large target. We started thinking this could be larger than what we were originally considering. And we were using resolution as a model, which is, it's a pretty high target to be trying to emulate. But we think we have a potentially similar situation there of a large exploration target. And the ZTEM, conductor shows us that it's potentially much larger than we originally thought. And that goes hand in hand with that new data we acquired. In the past, we'd had indications that the mineralization was skarn mineralization, which is high grade, but variable size, but generally they're not very large, but could be very high grade. But now we have indications from hole 1, which we got all the data for, that we have a porphyry there, a mineralized porphyry, which that gives us the large volume potential. So we think all this stuff together could mean we have a very large target, and we're looking really forward to getting a drill rig on there and proving that up.
And to maybe add to that, Craig has mentioned Resolution. It's important to note that Resolution is a joint venture between BHP and Rio Tinto. It's estimated to be the largest on-mine copper deposit in the world, and once it goes into production, also estimated it could produce up to 25% of all of the US for production. So it's a monster, 1.6 billion tons at 1.5% copper, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for those updates. It's been a pleasure. Nice to have you on, Craig, and nice to have you back, Elaine. Best of luck moving forward. The fun starts now, and we look forward to those drill results.
Thank you very much.
Ed.